Hey everybody, what's going on? Bob here. Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. And last time we did Goku's story, now we are doing Kid Gohan. Now, in my editing for the first few parts for Goku, I actually did assemble quite a bit of notes I want to go over with you guys. Starting for the top, actually there's a lot of stuff I want to go over. First of all, we're gonna do easy. Ignore Gohan's stats for the time being. We're gonna start with something easy, taunting. Taunting is this. It's been around for a while. You probably know about it because I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned it back in Budokai 1 or 2. Again, it's been ages since I've done those Let's Plays. I don't have my notes offhand for those, but assuming I did not for some odd reason, remember, taunt, it has more use here than like it's ever really had, period, in any other DBZ game. Like BT3 is just like an idle pose and you can't get out of it. It's dumb. Fighters, there's no taunt button. So like it's really unique in this game. Like if you do your taunt by holding guard and double tapping down, you do your taunt, you actually sap one key gauge from your opponent. Now the reason that's important is because if your opponent's like playing a really heavy like stall game and like you have a read on them being like away from you for a while, you can just go ahead and pop that. Or if you want to be risky and your opponent is like maybe Dragon Rush, you can go ahead and pop this and it will lower the amount of time they're in Dragon Rush. It's a fringe tactic, I'm aware, but hey, you know what? In this game, fringe tactics sometimes can be really good for just like, yeah, small tipping in the scales in your favor. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's always something you want to back pocket. Like if you just want to either showboat or like if your opponent has 3 key gauges and you want to knock him down to 2 so that way you know you can win the next exchange. That's a pretty good use for it, I personally feel. Another thing I wanted to mention is actually the way I have my controller maps. So I mentioned this earlier, like I've gone over the basics of, you know, charge canceling with how you can implement into combos. So default for the game, guard is on the X button. I don't have it set to that, obviously. I personally have it mapped to L1, so since I'm a right-handed person, like I can do this with my right hand, the full execution, and all I need to do is just tap the L1 button, like with the correct rhythm, like right when the sparks start coming out. If you want like an easy way to practice this, like just do various regular charge moves, get a feel for it, and then start. Wow, I didn't know I got that down. And then just start messing around, messing with the timings. Easy stuff, nothing too complicated, and you can get it pretty quickly. Trust me, this doesn't take too long to nail. It's not like jump canceling and Devil May Cry or anything like that. It's not advanced TODs and fighters. It's a really easy thing you can get down pretty quickly, so no worries there. And one more thing I do want to talk about before we start this Let's Play proper. Where did I get these combos? So I mentioned that I got like a master sheet of like a lot of combos for the story mode characters. I only didn't get Kid Gohan, and that's because Kid Gohan shares some with Teen Gohan. I didn't really mention that in my notes. I'll have to go back and fix it later. But the reason being, there's this really old combo video for Budokai 3 done by some dude to the music of Bruce Faulkner, and I mean obviously that's why it really showed me like a lot of cool stuff you could do back in the day. Problem is, old YouTube video quality, really hard to watch. Hell, like depending, you probably can't even like get a good read on like what the actual inputs are. So I'm gonna link that down in the description for this video. It's a really old but good combo video. I feel like it's also like kind of rare because it's that nice middle ground of like lower, like it's above normal execution, so it gives you something to shoot for that's not too hard, and it's also like it's not impossible, you know. It's not like SJ2's combo videos of getting like death combos with everyone. It's nowhere near that crazy. So I'm gonna quickly address the thing that's going on with Kid Gohan's stats. Why the hell am I at 124, 132 with them? And bear in mind, this is not transformed. When transformed, it's gonna go further. Now the reason for this is because that item called Universal Power, I was using it with Goku. It's a thing that powers up my stats over time. It's really best visualized here. If you're ever messing with like items, you just want to go into your training mode and like just see what the stats are. So as you can see, like probably every 10 seconds or so, I get like another buff. On average, if you are fighting an opponent with either high defense or you have a high HP, you are definitely going to get to these numbers pretty quickly. Again, these do consume like what is it, 3 skill slots. Not cheap, but if you're using someone like Kid Gohan who has like 1 transformation and 1 super, it's really not the worst thing in the world. So with that, let's go ahead and kick off Kid Gohan story mode. Also, I debated it. I actually am gonna do his story mode on hard mode. I know it might seem a bit weird. I know last time I was like, I can't do it on hard mode. What the hell are you talking about? I'm gonna give it an honest attempt, and the reason being for that is because hard virus vaccine combo, I can staple that. I have no real shame in doing it because, I mean, I don't really know what the full comprehensive tier list with Budokai 3 is among the community, but I'd be willing to bet Kid Gohan, considering the bad limbs, considering, like, no real good stats to him, I'd be willing to bet he's probably bottom 5, bottom 10 maybe. So, yeah, he has 15 health. I can totally spare this, so not a big freaking deal. Alright, let's just go in. And yeah, no, I have no problems using the heart virus vaccine combo. He's also a really good contender for using the Yakon skill because while he does have a transformation, it's only like a 10% boost, and if you're willing to forsake that a little bit, then you can, you know, just go in and just make your opponent never able to vanish. Losing 10% for that, I'll freaking take it, hell yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get the shit going. This will be pretty interesting, I gotta say. Let's see, usual intro for Saiyan Saga. It wasn't that long ago, it was 5 years, Kyle, come on. Alright. Oh god, this, I forgot. Yeah, Kid Gohan's portrait in story mode makes him look like a fetus with a giant head and hair. I don't get it. Like, yeah, he looks 5 years old now, but Jesus. He looks like the weirdest thing ever. Okay, so unlock potential is your transformation with Kid Gohan you get in the Dynamic Saga. Nothing too fancy. Masenko, you generally want this, it's a beam. Now I generally do staple the sensu beans, but for this case, I am not going to, just so I can use the bullshit. Yeah, actually, if you want something really fucked up, Tien gives you enough slots to be able to use both Yakon and Hard Virus. So, you know, your opponent can't vanish, and they can't heal themselves. Yeah, pretty good. I do want to say so. Alright, so where the hell is everything on this list? Let's see. Should be somewhere like in here, right? Okay, viral heart disease. That, and where are you? Well, I guess these are kind of in the weird alphabetical order, aren't they? So I got 2 slots left over, luckily. Something that probably raised the defense, I'd be willing to bet. Oh, not like it really matters too much. Mixed blood power probably works. That's actually pretty good. I never used this. Concentration. I'd swear there was a typo in here somewhere, but it's whatever. Key gauge consumption during dodging and teleporting will be halved. Pretty cool. I'm going to try that out. Why the hell not? So, back to here. Alright, so as soon as you get to New Game Plus with Gohan, you immediately have 2 branching paths. Go figure, right? Alright, so I want to say this one's the main path because, you know, Kid Gohan doesn't do the shit with Raditz, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and save. Now, I want to say if you do the planes, you'll get this whole what if story where Goku actually survives the encounter of Raditz, and then they somehow beat Vegeta, despite Goku not having Kaioken. Yeah, sure. So we're gonna go over here. I want to say this is where you'd start your training with Piccolo. I'm pretty damn sure. Now, for those wondering,
you know about the Dragon
here we go.
Balls, yes. Goku's friends will use them to wish him back.
Okay, really quick before we get too deep in the story mode. My goal is to do everyone's main story first, and then I'm gonna go back to each individual character with their story, with like their branching paths. So like I'm gonna do everyone's main stories, and then after I do Goku, I'm gonna go back to Gohan's, and then we'll do that from there. You know what I mean? Okay.
But the Saiyans who will come a year from now are supposed to be even stronger.
Quite a bit stronger. It's actually ridiculous how much stronger they are than Raditz.
That's true. Goku and I won't be able to defeat them alone. We need your help.
And the appropriate response. You know, as much as I do like Stephanie Natalie as like Teen Gohan and GT Goku, I will definitely say like trying to portray like the really young Kid Gohan, she just doesn't really come across, you know what I mean? It might be poor direction because like she sounds the same age here as she would be with Teen Gohan.
You're lying. I don't have any power.
Also, God, this is so downplayed how it actually is in the fucking show. Piccolo just chucks him.
Hey, what are you doing? Ouch! Stop it!
God, seriously, like, Stephanie's making Gohan sound like he's already 12 years old and gonna blow up Cell. What the hell? Okay. Okay, this is partly not really so much like the directing, so much as like just the weird, or no, this isn't the fault of like the voice actors. This is more of a thing of like, what the hell are the directors doing?
I did that?
Oh God, I'm gonna get to talk about things today. Sorry.
Understand?
So in this whole marathon, like you guys are watching this, time doesn't really matter for you guys, but for me, I'm gonna be doing both Kid Gohan and Teen Gohan in the same night. So this will be pretty interesting. Oh wait, hey, find something? What the hell? Huh, I've never seen this over here before. Cool. Evil Mr. Uniform. This is super easy to get. Don't worry about it. It's like the evil uniforms you get are just like a straight defense buff. It's kind of cool if you want to go for it, but like I usually your skill slots are too valuable to just drop for like one stat. You know what I mean?
Stronger than those Saiyans.
Especially defense.
Yes!
Okay, hard mode. Oh boy. So I don't think I mentioned this before, but I think Piccolo is regarded as one of the best characters in the game. I want to say. So as a result, trying to do this with Kid Gohan. Oh fuck, I forgot to do a thing actually. I can go back and do it. Like, I'm trying to like give brief tutorials for each character's like combo strings in this game. I completely forgot to do that with Kid Gohan. Wow, he's got quite a bit on him, huh? Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna back out to the training mode directly after this. Because I kind of forgot to do that. That's a little important. Nope. But yeah, before we get to that, Kid Gohan's combos are a little difficult to do. Yeah. Probably because of the really short reach of his limbs. Goddamn. I mean, even Teen Gohan, like, has a similar problem, but, like, it's nowhere near as bad. Although you can get funny stuff with your opponent going right over you frequently. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright. So, for the record for Kid Gohan, I tried maximizing his attack a little bit more, but I always try to get 20 HP first.
Dad told me that you're not nearly as evil as the old Piccolo.
Yeah.
He said you're turning into a good guy. I think he's right.
You little brat.
It's so funny to think that this is happening. But all Piccolo needed was a friend in his life. Anyway, I'm gonna back out really fast. Okay, so Kid Gohan's combo list is a little more limited than how you would normally like, or what you normally want. It's a bit more technical than Goku's, where you have like the easy kick combos that have easy rhythm. His is like more of a combination between himself and Piccolo. I know I haven't done Piccolo yet, but keep that in mind as we go forward. So, for example, he no longer has Goku's axe kicks, or like the overhead axe kick as the ender. Now he's got Piccolo's like side kick. This guy, pretty cool stuff. The timing is a little tricky from when his leg retracts to like getting the charge to the cancel. It's a little tight, but it is roughly the same annotation. Again, I can barely get it sometimes. The cancel window is still pretty generous, so don't worry about like mistiming, or mistiming like the punch afterwards. So more focus on like getting the charge out, and then going from there. Most of a lot of his tools actually do kind of mirror Teen Gohan. Not to the extent that he's a clone character. Oh god, far from it. But more like he's got a few tools that are the only things I could really find. No one makes content for Kid Gohan. I don't blame them. So I had to do some independent research, and like he shares this same string with Teen Gohan, where it's like plus frames. You kind of have to be very close though. This only really works on the ground. Yeah, this gives you plus frames if you pull it early, and then you're able to keep going. I think this is like fast enough that you can do this, but the problem I find is that the second kick whips a lot. Yeah, Kid Gohan has major consistency issues in this game. Like, just far and away, it's not that good. So like, so far it's kind of looking like this. If you can get the hits to connect, kind of. Although an easier string would probably just be this. if you want something really easy. 6 punch, punch, punch. Go with the plus range and then the full punch string afterwards. Also, his kicks are a lot different than usual characters. Like, he has this weird upward swing. I don't get it, but it's a thing, I guess, if you want to mess with that. So yeah, those are kind of like the only real 2 things I'm able to pull together with Kid Gohan. It means that, as a result, his combos are a little more limited than what you'd want. You could get damage if you really invest in them, but yeah, I don't think anyone's going to really win like any online tourneys on PCSX2 using this guy. Yeah, unfortunate, and again, he suffers the consistency issues with his bad reach, but you know, it's the best I can find. If anyone else out there is like some massive old school player of Kid Gohan, first of all, you are on a different plane of existence than I could possibly be, sir. Second of all, please message me. Like, I'm going to be going back to his story eventually anyway, so anyone who has notes for me, I will gladly take it. So anyway, back to the story mode. Yep, Saiyans are here. Let's see. I think we're going to get the dragon being summoned first. I still don't get, like, if the sky goes dark all over the world, or if it's just, like, within the immediate vicinity. But, like, I'm being led to believe that it generally is, like, all across the world. Kind of. Alright, next up. So I guess Goku's being wished back. Now's a great stall for time until Goku gets back. Although to be fair, the Z fighters themselves put up a hell of a good fight against like Nappa and the Cybermen. Nappa was kind of toying with everyone though. Tien, poor Tien, Chaozu, yeah. I just like to imagine that was his expanding energy wave. Also, how the hell has that never gotten into the game sooner is beyond me. Expanding energy wave, it's such a cool move. I'm not just saying that because it's a really fun move to use in fighters. Roar. God. I don't know what the hell is going on with the script writing sometimes. Boop.
Thank you, Piccolo.
Stay focused, Gohan. Don't make yourself an easy target.
Just love how Piccolo is constantly brushing off his saves for Gohan. And it's just like, I'm not doing it again next time. Totally do it again next time.
Save yourself.
Yeah, you say that. Well, we'll be fair, he does do like the one save. It's actually been a long time since I watched the full fight with Nappa and everything, but like, I want to say there was just the one save. Going ham, huh? Luckily, this isn't too bad. Cybermen generally are easy as hell to deal with. In fact, like, it's super easy if they self-destruct, because then it's like... Yeah, here, I'll just let them do it. You kind of just auto-win if they self-destruct, so, I mean, if you're in a bind and you just need to do it, then fucking let them do it. It comes to be a problem, though, if you're using Yamcha, because Yamcha does get one-shotted by them. I'll give you some hints about that as we go along, though, so you're not destitute if you're trying to beat a Cyberman with Yamcha. I love it when memes trying to win gameplay and it just sucks the life out of it. Please come quickly, Dad. Here's hoping. Hey, maybe you should drop to a Vegeta that the clown Kakarot's on his way.
Goku, you speak up. Surely you don't mean Kakarot.
It's always so foreign to me whenever Vegeta says Goku, you know what I mean?
That's right. So what?
He couldn't even defeat Raditz, so what's the use?
Well, it's a fair point, but this brings me back to my earlier point, like, not even, like, in the last few parts. Do Saiyans just, like, never train regularly? Like, do they always just only power up through fighting, like, other dudes?
He's a lot stronger than before. He can beat you.
Also, oh god, could you imagine if Vegeta and the rest of the Saiyan race had actually discovered the use of, like, a gravity chamber? Oh my god, that is, like... The 10 times gravity on King Kai's planet is the first big catalyst to why Goku powers up, and then the gravity chamber when he's training going to Namek is like the next big one. That and also the Zenkai boost. Like, that, you can't deny. No one really talked about the Zenkai boost Goku got after fighting Vegeta. Like, he had to have gotten one at least. Alright, coming up. I think it's Nappa.
Time's almost up.
That's it, boys. I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah, there's like 3 dudes left. Come on, Nappa. Oh, I do remember that, like, the skirmishes between just Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo were, like, really fun. Hell, Piccolo and Krillin all did after images, so, you know, that's... Or no, not after images. That was the multi-form technique, right? The one Tien did, I think? Maybe. Oops. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned this, but you know, Gohan's kind of like the omnipresent like factor of Dragon Ball Z. So whatever we missed with Goku, we're most likely gonna get to experience in full using Gohan. So yeah, as a result, Gohan technically has the most story. Go figure. You know, people always bitch about too many Gokus in fighters, but it's like, have you seen the amount of Gohans in games?
My dad gets here.
Now, I'm just saying.
Stop me? You? You're a funny little kid. You know that?
You're a big funny. I know I'm wrong with that. Anyways, yeah, Nappa. Same strategy as before. Really easy. Fat hurt box. You can damage him very easily. He doesn't, besides like one turnaround punch, he doesn't really have any like standout moves. In fact, with his fat hurt box, kind of solves like Kid Gohan's big problem with consistency issues. Like, hang on, I'm gonna try to get in close and do combos. You know what? Give me a sec. Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned this sooner, but always make a habit to like tech roll if you can, or like quick get up, because that will really help you out if you're transformed and you don't want to lose the transformation. Jabs? No. Okay. Ooh. I gotta say, this concentration ability is really good. Also, I can't tell, but it feels like Masenko has better traits than like the regular Kamehameha. I can't tell why. Like, I can't tell if it's a bigger hitbox, like it's faster or something. It's hard to pinpoint, but it feels like it's better on average than like the regular Kamehameha wave. Am I crazy about that? It feels like it is. Maybe it's just the spark effects getting messing with me.
I'm not doing any damage. Dad!
And that's the end of that. There's no Vegeta fight. That is so bizarre. Oh no, you do fight Vegeta if you do the other route. Seriously, it's so weird that they didn't use like, well, I guess I want to keep like a rated T rating or some shit with like not having Vegeta's face covered in blood, but god damn it.